You are exactly who you think you are. The version of you who you know can do better. The version of you who you know is destined for great things. The version of you who goes all in and stops messing around and gets the fruits of that labor. That is who you are. I don't care who you've been. I don't care what you've been slacking on. That doesn't matter because that is the past. If you are watching this right now, I know everything that I need to know about you. First, what I know is that you are someone who is tired of being stuck. Maybe you've thrown some things at the wall. Maybe they didn't stick. If you're tired of being in that same cycle over and over again, what should I do? Let me try it. Doesn't work. Let me go to the next shiny object. I have been there. I was in that loop for 8 years. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do in the next 10 minutes that will take you from decision fatigue, loop after loop, try after try, nowhere it's not sticking, to literally having it click for you so that you can go start the business that this world needs, provide for your family, 10x your life, and do what you have always dreamed of doing. So without further ado, let's go. First things first, I need you to stop worrying about who you think you are being perceived as. Nobody is thinking about you the way that you are. And that's a good thing. Because if nobody has been watching, you don't have anything to worry about. You've been posting, you're getting low views. The beauty in that is nobody saw it. You could delete it if you want to, or if you want to keep it on your page just so people one day can maybe scroll to the bottom and see where you came from. It doesn't matter. All that matters is from this day forward, you lock in. What's most important is that you perceive you as somebody who can get through it, get it done, and provide value for other people so that you can cross over to the other side of what you have been dreaming of. The last thing that you want to do, and I know this because you're watching this, the last thing you want to do is spend another year watching YouTube, taking notes, looking at other people, thinking to yourself, well, maybe if I just do what they're doing, it'll work. Or maybe if I just follow this trend, it'll finally shift. That is not your thing. If you're watching this, I know for a fact that you are in that top 10% of the population who is just bound to not fit in. I am born and raised from St. Louis, Missouri. Don't let this niqab fool you. And well before I put on this niqab and became Muslim, I always stood out. I was always that kid who, if everybody was going left, I went right. If everybody was playing on the playground, I went and did hopscotch. I didn't want to fit in. It just wasn't, it didn't feel good to me. And we have to start approaching business that way also, because there is something in you that is unique to you, something that just comes effortless to you. And maybe your friends and family come to you once a week, once a month, and ask you for your advice on it. Or maybe you are able to spot a pattern when you look at things and say, I can make that better. Or if they just did it that way, things would get a little bit more, things would improve if they just tweaked a few things over that. Stop thinking that things that come to you come easy to everybody else, because they don't. The thing that comes to you easily, the thing that people know in your circle, like, oh, if you need help with that, call her. That is what you are supposed to be doing, because that allows you to get in what is called the flow state. And when you can get into the flow state of your work, hours and hours can pass and it feels like you are having fun, because you have finally stopped trying to chase trends and you just tapped into that one thing that has been waiting all along for you to finally say, that's it. So I'm going to give you quick and easy steps that can get you to arrive at what that thing is for you. So, quick little backstory. Me, myself, I got my start in sales 8 years ago. Door to door, knocking, selling papers and clips and all of that before everybody just went to Amazon for it, okay? And I actually made sales. And one thing about door-to-door sales, if you can do that, you can do anything, right? So I transitioned over into in-office work, marketing, administration work, operations, and all the while I thought I was just doing stuff, right? So I would do this on the side, got bored, left. I would do this on the side, got bored, try something else. Because in the back of my mind, I always felt like there was something better for me. And it won't be until you arrive at that one idea that you feel like there is nothing better for me to be doing for myself than to do this thing. And it's that thing that people keep asking you to do anyway. But for some reason, we just think that if it comes so easy to us, then why would somebody pay me for it? Think about it like this. Nobody wants to pay the person that thinks it's so difficult to complete the task. They want to pay the person who can do it in their sleep. They want to pay the person that they know is just gifted at it. So the shift starts when you realize that and you tap into market data. Now, me personally, I just switched over from ChatGPT to Claude a few weeks ago, and it has been the best decision ever. No, this is not sponsored. This is a small page. Come on. Now, what you want to do is ask Claude the same things that you have been asking ChatGPT. Go ahead and use the tutorial that is already out there on how you can extract your memory from ChatGPT, put it in a Claude so you're not starting from scratch, okay? Then what you want to do is take those same things that you've been talking to ChatGPT about, put them in the Claude. Because me and ChatGPT spent a month brainstorming, refining, and packaging an offer that I eventually put into Claude to find out that it was outdated. Nobody was searching for that solution anymore. But what they did want was a more evolved version of what I was thinking about. So what we need to do is tap into that thing that people constantly ask us for. Maybe that is writing, maybe that is graphic design, content creation, whatever people know to ask you about, like in your friend group, in your family group, what is that thing that like, they already know to come to you for it. Then what you're going to do is take that into Claude and tell it, this is what I'm good at. And I want you to search the market, Reddit, whatever information that is most current on the internet right now. And I want you to tell me, based off of this skill set that I have, what is something that people are asking for that they aren't getting a lot of? What is a niche that I can get into that has more demand than supply? You always want to make sure that you ask a question around that. We don't have to be perfect prompts people anymore, okay? All you have to do is give it enough context of who you are, what you can do, and tell it to go search around the internet and give you 5 to 10 things that the internet is currently asking for right now. You don't have to even go through the comments on Reddit, Facebook, and WhatsApp and all of that anymore. Claude will do it for you. It's just good at it. And when I did that, when I tell you, a light bulb went off in my head, because ChatGPT was telling me anything that I wanted to hear. I would tell it to be ruthless. I would tell it to, give me raw feedback. And it did to a certain degree, but essentially it buckles down way too easily on ideas that are not validated anymore, because it's just giving you that bias that you want. You think it's a good idea, so you could probably make it work. But that's not good enough anymore, because we are in an oversaturation era. There's so many offers, there's so much content, there's so many things to buy, and people are sick of it. But if you can tap into that flow state skill that God has given you, and you match that with something that the market has been craving, something that they haven't gotten that much of yet, something that people are not giving well, if it is already out there. And let's be clear, you don't always want to be the first one to do something, because sometimes that could be a sign that nobody wants it. But what you do want to see is that there's a small group of people that are tapping into this thing. There's more people asking for it than there are people delivering it. Go ahead and maybe ask Claude, okay, what are the competitors doing? How can I do it better? Right? But once you tap into that flow state thing, now, to kind of bring this all home, I will use myself as an example, okay? So like I said, for the past 8 years, I did door-to-door, I did over-the-phone sales, I sold apartments, I did marketing for departments. I did so many different things in sales, marketing, administration, and operations, right? And over time, I just got really good at spotting inefficiencies. I was like, well, we could do that better. If we just tweaked a few things over there, it would improve and the numbers would go up. And most of the time they did. And I got really good at not only spotting trends, but being ahead of the curve. We don't always want to be playing catch up, right? We want to make sure that we are doing it before everybody else does it. And eventually people are following us. Got good at that, got acclimated to doing just so many things that will ultimately improve workflows, streamline operations, be ahead of the curve, and be innovative in whatever industry you are in. So over time, I built software, I built communities, I sold certifications, I did so many different projects just trying to provide value to people, trying to help people do whatever they were doing more efficiently. And that was always the underlying thing, trying to make sure that I could help a community or niche of people that were doing something, whether that was customizing shoes, whatever it was. If I was passionate about it, I wanted to help them do it better. So I would do that, but I would always get bored because it was just so mundane after a while, because it was just the scratch of the surface. It wasn't the real thing that I was doing. What I was actually doing was streamlining and improving operations. It is broad enough, you can streamline any operation, right? But it's also narrow enough where you're able to say, that's what I've been doing. So once I figured that out, once again, I had been talking to ChatGPT and I was like, oh, okay, well, that means I guess I should just be building custom software for business owners, right? Because I could just help them, streamline their operation, and that would be so cool. ChatGPT's over here like, yeah, that would be so cool. So I built it out. I'm getting ready to launch, right? But then I kept seeing things about Claude. So I'm like, okay, put my memory from ChatGPT in the Claude, but it still sat there for a minute. And then I said, okay, don't ever be afraid to ask one question to multiple AIs and just see which one gives you the best answer, because there's no one AI that you should go to. One is good at this thing, one is good at that thing. Like, use them all, okay? They're free. Went into Claude, told it what I was doing, and Claude just has this thing. Like, it just doesn't tell you what you want to hear, especially when you go into the back end and give it that instructions to be like, hey, always be willing to challenge what I'm thinking, but back it up with data, right? Don't just be saying stuff, but back it up with the most current market data. Give me suggestions and be no fluff, right? That's what you want to tell it in the back end of Claude. When you put your stuff into there that I've been working on, it told me, like, that is not necessarily what people are looking for anymore. People don't want another system. They don't want another dashboard. What they want is your expertise. They want you to manage it. They want you to come into their operation and they want you to just do it for them. What they want is a fractional executive that will just come in on a project or retainer-based basis and just do it for them. So that is what I did. So I combined my flow state skill with what the market is currently asking for right now. That's something that sounds good in my head, something that I'm good at, but people are actually asking for in the way they are asking for it. So now I'm a fractional COO for small and mid-sized service-based businesses. Easy enough, right? But it took me 8 years to arrive at that. And if this video can help you in any way, shape, or form get out of that loop of throwing things at the wall, hoping it sticks, I just ask that you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and send it to somebody that you think could benefit. If you want to work with me personally, the link is in the description below. See you in the next one.